guys, this is the review for the movie Aliens, the sequel to Alien in 1985, I believe, whatever the year is. And we're doing it because I was in a horror mood, which is very rare. That's why we're doing a movie review on it. And it's a good horror movie. Sequel to Alien, which I've never seen. And it's a follow-up with the main character. I forget her name, but she's like the villain in Paul. She's a villain in a lot of other movies. And she's suffering major PTSD about seeing these
Xenomorph.
Or I'm just going to call them aliens. So she's having some major PTSD over it. And people are saying, oh my god, you were asleep for like 57 years or some crazy shit like that. They're like, yeah, there was no aliens because there was no life found on that planet or anything like that. So they have a colony on a planet that goes dark and shit like that. So they investigate with the Marines and they bring her along because, you know, oh my god, it might be the aliens, you might be right. So they bring her along, shit goes down, predictable. So I'm just going to explain the goods, the bads about what I felt with this movie. I'm just going to let my ideas flow. Let's start with this. It's a good horror movie. It didn't rely on jump scares. Like when the friend like just came out of nowhere, tapped someone on the shoulder, and then go, boom! I hate when movies do that. I'm like, it's a friend doing that. I don't understand why they did it. So when someone went like, boom, it still freaked me out because I was tensed. And they're like, hey, it didn't go, like, what? I'm glad it didn't rely on jump scares. It relied on the creepiness. I didn't get that creeped out because it's hard for me to get creeped out anymore because like I'm at that age where like I could take almost anything right now, except for it. To me, in my opinion, that fucking thing needs to stay away from me. I'm not afraid of clowns. Knowing that you're a kid and then going to forever gonna see that fucking thing. No.
Makes you now want to go to a circus.
Exactly. It's hard for me to get creeped out. This did it one time where I was like, ooh, and it wasn't even a jump scare. It was like the girl was in the sewer thing, and then we knew there was a freaking army of them coming out after her, and then they just did. It wasn't a jump scare. It wasn't a quick shot edit. It was just her just chilling out. I'm like, nope. I just went stealthily out of the war behind her. I was like, oh! No, how it did it was so intimidating. It was like a crocodile. Imagine you're just chilling in the freaking lake, and the freaking crocodile just comes like this. Like here's like water, right? And then friggin' shh, I'm like, It creeped me out a couple times. It took a little long in the beginning, like it took an hour to set up the plot and stuff like that. And then I feel like in the middle, direct middle, when they're starting to search, I think they could have cut that out, like the false searches. I understand, like that added extra realism because I don't think the first place they're gonna see is going to be the problem. That adds realism to it, but they spent so long on it, it just made that one part boring. But once the problem was introduced, all eyes were on the screen. And the first half hour I was interested in because of the fact that I didn't watch the first one. And I'm like, oh my god, what happened? Good movie, creepy, just not as like scary as a horror film, but as a movie in general, it's a good movie. So what are your thoughts?
I enjoyed it. I wasn't really scared until... Except for that one part, you know, where I thought it was going to come out from the dark and kill him.
Well, there was like 30 parts of that.
That was like the most intense part of the movie. That always gets me. What I didn't like about it was...
A few moments later.
Well, I really didn't like how those soldiers were all stuck up. But that's your everyday soldier, so.
Well, I won't say that.
You know what I didn't like? When Bishop got like ripped apart, and then you saw like this cottage cheese stuff coming flying out.
Dude, that made me freaking almost throw up. I was hurt. I thought it was like rotten milk.
What is that? Is that like mozzarella cheese in a body?
There's a problem with the Marines, like you stated. Thank you for bringing that up. That's why I like to have someone else on the channel. Like he stated with the Marines, thank God he said something because I would have forgotten all about it. I had a lot of problems with the Marines because they were just like there to die. They were just there to like, oh yeah, introduce you these characters. But guess what? They're gonna die. I'm like, I kind of saw it coming, so like, I knew not to get attached to them. I could tell who was gonna live. I could tell who was gonna die. That's my main problem with horror films. You gotta switch it up. Stop making the main bitch live. Surprise me a little. Like, what? Every soldier was basically a stereotype. The girl was this hardcore girl the entire time. That pissed me off. Yeah, she pissed me off because she's like holding the gun and shit like that. They'll act like a hard ass, like, let's go, guys. Like, I'm like, okay, take 2 steps back and shut the fuck up because you're annoying. Okay, give your score on this.
I'll probably give it a C.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a B minus just to the fact that it was a good movie, a horror film, but as a movie in general, it's a good movie. So, what are your thoughts? It's been a long time. Your turn.
I enjoyed it. I wasn't really scared except for that one part.
You look at me, then you look at that. They're people. Hey guys, you gotta talk to them. Talk to them.
Are you done? Because you're wasting your own film. I enjoyed it. I wasn't really